Okay, hello everybody. This is What's It's 95 again. And as you may be able to see by the image on the screen, I am going to be doing my Sleeping Dogs review. I'm going to try and make this brief because. Oh, shitballs. Sorry. I'm going to try and make this brief because I have got some more stuff to do. I might make some more videos later today. Haven't really decided, but yeah, I've got some work to do with school that is in for tomorrow. That is really important for me to do. But anyway, enough babbling. I'm gonna finally get into the review of Sleeping Dogs. It's been about 2 weeks overdue that I first said I was actually gonna do it. So yeah, here it comes. Um, so where to start? To start is that this is an R-rated game or 18-rated game, depending where you are, for a very good reason. It is super violent. It's quite a nasty storyline to it. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but yeah, there's quite a nasty storyline to it, and I don't think it would be suitable for children under the age of 14, definitely. Under the age of 15, maybe, depending on how mature you are, and because I know a lot of people play GTA, and this is quite similar to GTA, but I'm going to talk about that in my review. But yeah, definitely, if you're, it shouldn't. I'm not going to recommend this to people who are, young. Um, there's a lot of violence and a lot of swearing, and yeah. So anyway, let's get into the proper review. So what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to look at each part of the game, every aspect of it, and look at the positives and the negatives I feel are in each category. I actually should have wrote down something so I can refer to it, because I know that I'm just going to go off on one. It always happens. But anyway, I'm going to try and remember. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the graphics and the visuals. So I've seen a couple of people saying that they didn't like the graphics. It's just not nice. But for me, playing on my nice big HD TV and my PS3, which has got pretty good graphics, the game is beautiful. I loved it. All the textures and details are lovely. All the rain and the sea, all the cars, all the different people, all the animations for like the fighting and everything, the blood, everything. It's perfected, and I really think it is a good. It's got a good gameplay, and that's important. What am I on about? See, I'm off on one again. I'm off on one. It's got good visuals, which helps to draw you into the game because it makes it more realistic and it makes you want to, be more immersed into the gameplay. Um, Bad things about the visuals. I don't know. I did see a couple of bugs. Um, with not passengers, civilians that would randomly walk into the middle of the road, get hit by a car, get flung up into the sky, and then all of a sudden teleport back down to Earth. I thought that was quite funny. I chuckled a couple of times during seeing that. But it only happened once or twice, so there's not many bad things that I can say about the visuals. Sometimes there's some pop-in issues that you can get, but you expect that you shouldn't expect that in a lot of games, but it does still happen. You can't get by it on some games. So overall, I'm going to give the graphics. Actually, let me get a piece of paper. Oh, I don't need this anymore. I'm going to give the graphics, visuals, a 9 out of 10. So next, we're going to get into the meat of the game, which is obviously the gameplay. And then after that, we're going to go into story. Okay, so I've got it all written down, so I know I know what to do. Okay, so gameplay. Gameplay is very fun. Very, very fun. A lot of shooting, a lot of, you know, kicking and fighting, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. Actually, you can't see my mouse. I don't think you can see my mouse. Oh well, that's good. I'm circling the bottom of the screen. If you can see my mouse, then I'm just going to make myself sound like a muppet. But as you can see on the bottom of the screen, Wei Shen, who's the main character, is fighting two guys on the side, and just to the left of that is him on the bike shooting, which you can do, and then top left above this lovely man here, Wei is carrying a meat cleaver with some blood on it. So you get lots of weapons, and you can get guns, as you can see in the top right. But it's they make it more fun because you can't do cheats in this game, unlike GTA, which I think is much better. It makes the game more realistic, and that's what they were going for. And you can only pick up one weapon at a time, so you can only either have one gun or one sword. You get a massive knife at the end of the game, which is fucking amazing, which unfortunately you have to throw away because there are people starting shooting you. I threw it at a guy and hit him in the face, which made me stop the game and laugh so hard that my dad was worried about me. So it's a pretty fun, good gameplay mechanic they did there. And obviously I'm going to be referencing GTA quite a lot. I'm actually going to come to that point, the GTA factor. What else in the gameplay? There is a couple of boating missions, a couple of driving missions, but the gameplay is very fun, and there's a lot of side missions as well. I haven't played the game in about 2 or 3 weeks, so I can't really remember that well, but it's all coming back to me. There's lots of side missions where you have to help out your friends or go and beat people up in an alleyway, and then you do a drugs bust, so you hack the camera and then all of that, and then that's about it. That is about it. And it does get repetitive. It does get repetitive, especially all the side missions. In the story missions, because the story is very compelling, it keeps you going a bit. But it's the same principle. You're shooting people, you're kicking people, you're smashing them up against a grill, and then burning the face off or whatever. That's another thing that I forgot to mention actually, is that you can do interactive kills. So you run up to an object while grabbing something, you press a button, and then you can kill them in a lovely gory way, which they're quite cool. But after you do them about 7,000 times to lovely repetitive enemies, it could get a bit boring for you. The driving missions, the racing missions are pretty much all the same. There's hardly any boating missions. There's cockfights, which is all the same. There's a lot of repetitiveness, but I don't know. It's hard to get annoyed at it because it is so fun, but yeah, it could get repetitive. If you kept playing this game for ages and ages, if you completed every single mission, which I almost did, you're going to play for about 25 hours. I mean, I spent about 21 hours on it, which is a fair amount. So bearing in mind all that I've said, positives and negatives, gameplay I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. So I'm going to go into story, and then I'm going to go into my own little category, which I'm just writing down, excuse me. Mode, I guess I'll call it that.